Hey everyone, welcome back to the property. Do you have a good view over there? Let me lean in and dust off the camera lens a little bit. There. That looks a little better. I think you've got a better view of the log there now. I've just received a load of about 20 pine logs, and I'm going to be milling these logs into some timbers for one of my neighbors. My neighbor has some very wicked, I would say, very strong timber framing skills, and he's planning to build himself a new porch at his house. And so I'm milling these into 6x8s, 6x6s, but mainly 3x6s. These are the beams. These are the beams and timbers that he's going to use to build that porch. All right, let's back up the bus a little bit here and take some time to get a log up on the sawmill deck. My log loading system is very simple and very efficient. These large sleepers that I have laying on the ground allows me to roll these logs up very easily onto my deck. And if you're interested to see how I move some of the larger beams that I end up cutting, check out the end of the video where I muscle and move around the 6x8 beams. In today's video, I focus more on milling logs and how long it actually takes to make a cut. So you get a little bit more of that in today's clips and videos, and you also get a couple of new angles where I've been able to mount my camera to the head of the mill, so the sawmill head, and you see the blade, you travel with the blade as it goes down the length of a log making its cut. This really is an important move, guys. When you made that first cut, rotate it 90 degrees, then you've got to get it up against your stops, and it's got to be flush on these stops so that your next cut here is going to be square, perfectly 90 degrees. It's an area where you want to take care and get it right. The log I've just finished milling is one of the 6x6 beams. And here I want to transition to one of the 6x8 beams that I milled earlier. I want to show you this because these are extremely heavy beams, and it takes a little bit of effort and patience to get these very large beams into the pile that I created for my neighbor, for my customer. It's a good thing there's still some ice on the ground because the beams still slide here and there. But I don't have a tractor with lift capacity. As you can see, the old Ford 9N sitting there in the background. There's neither the ability to lift off the back right now or any forks on the front. So I just take my time moving the log around. There is a bit of wane on these beams. The logs I was working with were roughly anywhere from 8 to 9 inches in diameter. So when you try to make a 6x8 out of a log that is 8 inches in diameter, or somewhere between 8 and 9 inches in diameter, you are going to get some wane on the final product. Now, I showed this to the customer, I explained it to him, and he had no qualms at all. He had no concerns whatsoever. He's very happy to be using timbers that will give it a more rustic look, is the way he said it. He's just going to peel whatever bark is left on some of the corners and work with the timbers as they are. And here is the stack of timbers and lumber that I'm cutting up for my neighbor. In the end, when I was finished, after about 7 hours of milling over a couple of days, the stack itself was about 4 levels high, so it was a substantial little job. Again, about 7 hours in total. Thank you for joining me for today's video. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, hit that like button, and please ring that reminder bell. I look forward to everybody coming back and enjoying future videos. Take care.